Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Read, where I read a lot of different books that you probably have never heard of. So today is going to be my July TBR game. Very excited. As always, it's always a lot of fun to do these and yeah, just let's get into it. So let us start with the TBR game. So this is where we left off last time and I haven't bought anything in a while. So, and I have a lot of supplies as you can see, so we need to do that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use this, the wool trading fleet, which means you can trade 2 wool for another supply. So what I'm going to do is trade these 2 for a wheat, and then I can buy a little village, which is this one, as you can see. So I need 1 wood, 1 wool, 1 stone, and 1 wheat. And I don't have the card, I think, for this, but let's see over here if I have it. Let me see. No, I haven't. There is 1 card for this one that you can choose basically which supply land you want, but I don't have that yet. So I have to just put this down and then just pull the first 2 of this. Wood twice, so let me put these over here. And now it means that if I roll the number 1, I get 2 times, and when I roll number 6, I can get 2 times. So yeah, that's that. And I don't think we have enough to buy anything else. So yeah, let's leave it for that. And if I buy a village, I have a prompt, of course. So let's see what that is. So the prompt for this one is to read a book club book. So the book club pick I picked is sort of a stretch, but we're doing like body reads for this book club, so I think it counts. And I'm going to read this one. I think it's called Ink Death in English. It's the 3rd book in the Ink World trilogy by Cornelia Funke. I read the 2nd book last month and I loved it, and I'm really excited to read the 3rd and final book in the series. It's pretty long, but yeah, I just love the series. So if you don't know what this is about this girl called Maggie, and in the 1st book there is this mystery around her father, because her father loves books but he never reads to her. And then all of a sudden this strange man is standing in front of their house and mystery and chaos ensues. And again, 3rd book, super excited to read this one. So that's what I'm going to do. And now let's start the game. Number 3. Which is to read a black or grey book. So for this one I'm going to read The Girl Next Door by Ruth Rendell. This is going to be a body read for me, and this was a very random pick. We thought it would be fun to do that. My buddy had it on her TBR, but I was like, I'm just gonna pick a random book from your TBR and we're going to try and read this. This is like a mystery and don't really know anything else. As I said in my goals video, I'm also going to do like an options version. The last one I didn't because this book I'm definitely going to read, but for this one I also have an option. So the other one that I might read is this one, Mother by Hugo Borst. This for my rereading the Rainbow Challenge, and this book I loved when I read it. This is basically an autobiography of the author about his mother who has Alzheimer's. A tough read, therefore it's a little bit of an option, but we shall see which one I end up reading or end up liking. Then, again the question mark, going well. That is this one. Yeah, how do you call it in English? Basically, that it goes well. Let me look up what that is. I need to pull a book from my library TBR jar. So let's go look at my TBR jar. I don't have that anymore, but... So, as of last time, I don't have a library TBR jar anymore. So, yeah. I pulled out my spreadsheet in Excel for all of my... basically my TBR. This is all the books that I have on my TBR. As you can see over here, it's library and storytell, so we shall see how that goes, but I'm going to do a random number generator over here. So from 1 to 65, and hopefully there will be a library book coming out of this, but otherwise I'm going to do it again. But let's generate. 62, so that's on the bottom somewhere. 62. Yes, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Okay, great. So yeah, that's what I'm going to read next month. So as you saw, I got The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And what I'm going to do for this one, this is an historical fiction, and I'm going to do a challenge video for historical fiction. So what I'm going to do is change out this one, The Petticoat Man by Barbara Ewing, because I was a little bit on the edge about this one. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, and it didn't have a very good rating on Goodreads, so I'm not going to read this one. Instead, I'm going to read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a very famous book that I don't know what it's about. I really don't. But I saw that a lot of people liked it, and I think it's a good one to read for this challenge. And then stack number 3 is going to be this one. And that is the one that I needed. That's always the case, right? So this is basically the searcher, sort of. So someone that goes ahead and just looks at the land before you are there. That's why you can choose your lands, but yeah, a little bit too late for that. But let's look what this one is. I need to read a middle grade book. So for this one, I again have 2 options. Basically 2 books that I want to read last month but didn't get around to, and they're pretty short, so they fit in this TBR because it's a pretty long TBR. And that is George by Alex Gino. This one is about George, and George is basically a transgender girl, but they keep calling them George. So a little bit of struggle there, and that's what it's about. And the other book that is an option is going to be King and the Dragonflies by Kaysen Callender. This one is about King, and King loses his brother, and he thinks that his brother is basically turned into a dragonfly, and King is struggling with his identity because he's probably gay. So those books are the options for my middle grade. So, roll number 2, wheat, which is to read a yellow or orange book. So the book that I chose for this one is this one, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. This is the Dutch edition and the spine is orange, so therefore it fits this prompt. This is the only book that I'm going to choose for this one because I just definitely want to read this. I have been putting it off and I just really want to. So this book is basically an autobiography of Trevor Noah. I don't really know him a lot because I don't watch The Daily Show, I think. And yeah, just excited to read this. Then this one. This is, yeah, how do you call it in English? A little bit difficult this, but yeah, basically something you beat someone with. I need to add one more book to my TBR. So we're already on 11 then, so yeah, going well. So basically for this I need to add 2 books to my TBR. So the first one is going to be The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. This one I'm going to read for the buzzwordathon with the buzzword lost in it. I'm going to read it in Dutch, but I think it still counts. This one is like contemporary, little bit on the fantasy side book. I don't really know a lot about it, but I know that Kayla from Books on the Law really liked it. So therefore I'm going to read that one. And the other book that I'm going to try and read, we shall see how it goes, but that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I've had this on my TBR before and I'm going to buddy read it with someone, so I really hope that I will get around to it and really enjoy it. So Rebecca is about, yeah, it's a little bit of a mystery. It's about this man who has a wife, I think it's about, but the man keeps talking about his former wife, which is called Rebecca. And there's just a little bit of a mystery here. I hope it's going to be more on the like mystery thriller side and that I will really enjoy it. And then the second stack. The Bathing House. Read a contemporary book. So the contemporary that I'm going to read is going to be Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. Not an option for this one because I love The Hate You Give, so I will probably just love this as well. And it's a pretty short read actually. The Hate You Give was way longer. But yeah, Concrete Rose is about the father of a star in The Hate You Give, so it's sort of a prequel. And yeah, I think I will just really enjoy this one. And then the last roll already. Number 6. This one and this one. So adding 2 more books. So color green and color red or brown. So the book that I'm going to read for this one is going to be The Wolf in the Whale by Jordana Max Brodsky. Red spine, so that one is going to be for the stone field. This book is about this, I think they're called they, so this person called Omad. And Omad is basically, yeah, living in this land where, I don't know, like with gods and stuff like that. It just really sounds very interesting. It's pretty long though, and I have a lot of books on my TBR, but I'm really excited to read this, so I'm just gonna try and fit it in. And then for the wood field, so my rule is that if I don't have a color for that one, I'm going to read a blue book, because blue isn't on my list, because it doesn't fit any of the fields. But if I don't have a book for that color, in this case green, I'm going to read a blue book. So the first book that I got for this one is going to be All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Dower. This is going to be a reread for me. It's going to be for my Reading Rainbow challenge. And I'm going to buddy read it with someone. And yeah, I loved this the first time and I probably will love it again. And I also have sort of another option, but probably not going to I am going to read it because it's also a buddy read with the same person, and that is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell. This is also going to be in my historical fiction vlog, and this book is about the son of Shakespeare, and he got very sick, and it's about that story. So I'm probably going to read both of those, but just giving myself a little bit of options. Then another question mark. Good year. I can choose a book for myself. So choosing a book is always a little bit, but I am going to try and read The Silence of the White City by a person with a very long name, but it will be on the screen. This book I'm going to do like a buddy read for with a couple of people from my Dutch book club, and some have already read it or are going to read it or are currently reading it, and this book is for a challenge that I'm doing, and this is a mystery thriller that is based in Spain, which is the prompt for that challenge. And I don't really know anything else about it. It's a very long book, but I'm going to listen to the audiobook and hopefully I will like it. But if I don't, I also have another option, and that's going to be Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This one I just hope that I will like it. Riley Sager I've read one book by before, but I didn't really like this one. But this one sounds more intriguing and more disturbing. This one is about this girl called Jules, and Jules is going to be an apartment sitter. But there are a little bit of strange rules in this apartment, because she can't leave after hours or something, and there are people disappearing. So I really hope this one is going to be more thrillery than the last book I read by Riley Sager, but we shall see how it goes. And then stack number 6. The wool maker, sort of. I need to read 2 books for that color, and that color is white. So yeah, that is going very, very well. Not. But yeah, let's put this one over here. It's not a very good spot, but you know. And yeah, that was my TBR game for this month. And then the last 2 books for this TBR are going to be these 2. So the first one is going to be Peter Pan by G.M. Barrie. Yeah, it's white over here, so I think it counts. This one is again for my rereading the Rainbow Challenge, and I'm super glad that I'm going to read this, because I really loved it the first time, and I really hope that I will like it the second time. I have said that I wasn't going to read any more classics, but this is children's classics, and I do really enjoy reading children's classics. But yeah, if you don't know what Peter Pan is about, Peter Pan is this guy who doesn't grow up, basically, lives in Neverland, and he one night he goes to this house where there are 3 children living, Wendy, John and Michael, and he takes them to Neverland and they are going to stay there. I have watched the movie actually not so long ago, and I thought it was pretty, not very cute. It was pretty problematic, basically. So I really hope that the book isn't, but I think it is. But yeah, we shall see how it goes. So that's going to be one that I am going to read. And then the last book I am going to read is this one, Sunday Life by Judith Visser. This is the second book in her autobiography series, basically. The first book I loved, and I really just need to read this one as well, because it has been here for a while. I've gotten it out from the library a couple of times, and I'm just gonna read this. So yeah, that's going to be the last book on my TBR, which is going to be 13 books. In total, of course, the options are a little bit more, but 13 books in total, which is the exact amount that I wanted, because I read 13 books every month, basically. or around. So that's good. And yeah, I also have a couple of books that I still need to finish, but yeah, we shall see how that goes. But yeah, I think it's a very good TBR. Let me know what you are going to read next month. Yeah, I really hope you have a great reading month, and I really hope you like this video. So please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later.